Hi comic book fans, and welcome to another suddenlycomics.com video. It's a Monday night, so it's the price variance. I'm still on holiday, and therefore we're going to show one of these pre-recorded ones. And today we are doing foreign, well, I would say foreign comics, except we didn't see many comics.
No comics.
No comics so far. So if you head over to Alan's channel, you'll see some foreign stuff that is not comics, but is comics adjacent. So yeah. So Alan, what are you going to show us that's not American
Okay, so I was
or
kind of
Canadian?
teasing this. I was teasing this book as part of the end of my previous video, the previous part of this video, where I was talking about how sometimes with the magazines there were collectors that would bind them. With Warren, they actually there was actually a price guide that was created to evaluate how expensive some of these Warren comics were. And it was mainly for the monster ones. So a lot of people, if you're a Warren collector, Warren publishing collector, there's Eerie, Creepy, Vampirella. Those are kind of the three big ones.
Yeah.
But there was also a even bigger title, which was Famous Monsters.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay. And Famous Monsters, sort of the most rare versions of Famous Monsters were produced in Spain.
Okay.
And it was Famous Monsters del Cine was the name of the thing. And when they produced this guide, this price guide for how to evaluate Warren books, the Spanish ones were so rare that they didn't have all the copies. They knew that they existed, but they didn't have the covers for them because nobody had seen them. Like like at the time, I didn't even have the covers for them. They asked me if I had the covers. I'm like, no, those are really rare books. However, later on, through my connections, I created this network of people that were finding stuff for me. I did find a collected book of these ultra rare Spanish ones that nobody has the covers for. It just happens that it was in a book, and this is the book. So some of these covers for it's Monsters del Cine. The sad thing is, the first one they didn't keep the cover, but let me just find some of the covers for you. So they would republish a lot of the Warren stuff. See, this is why it's comic related. This is Richard Corbin.
Yeah.
And one sec here. I'm trying to find one of the covers. So these are some of the rare covers that just weren't that nobody even saw before.
So these are the covers only for the Spanish edition. They didn't go on any of the other ones.
No, they were from the American edition as well, but they were, obviously they, have Spanish writing on it.
Okay, so it was the same picture,
so
different
same pictures, different writing, but just incredibly rare books. So like if you look at I have the price guide. They just don't have the covers for these ones because they just nobody could find them. So so this is Famous Monsters del Cine, and these are it's like a complete collection of them. So very, very hard to find. Very hard to find Famous Monsters from Spain. So, yeah.
That's great. I like those books, actually. I think they're really cool. Yeah. Right. So my first one for this program, it's we did mention this on your channel. It's another of the famous ones from France. It's
nice.
Strix and Cleopatra in French. I love these Asterix books. This is fun on the front. Can you see this blurb here? So it basically says 14 liters of ink 30 pencils, 62 crayons, 27 erasers, 38 kilos of paper, 16 type machine ribbons, 2 liters of writing ink, and 67 liters of beer were necessary to produce this.
Nice.
Um,
Asterix is funny.
Asterix is funny. This is unfortunately not a first edition, but still great fun. And one of the there's all the famous characters. Did you know they've all got different? Apart from Asterix and Obelix, all the characters get different names in different countries to suit the country.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So this in France, the Druid is called Panoramix. In England, it's called Getafix.
Yeah, Getafix. Yeah.
And this bard character in England is called Cacophonics, as in cacophony. Here is called Assurance Tourix. So the names change, so the puns work in the individual languages.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Obviously, Asterix and Obelix remain the same. This one is the great one where they go and see Cleopatra. Really nice.
Yeah. No, Asterix is fun.
Really good fun, and it's quite interesting getting it in French, because it's quite good for me to help my French, to try and read it in French and work out what it's saying. Get my Google Translate out and see if I can understand the jokes.
Yeah, my brother for some reason got them in French as well. So I'd read the French. My French isn't the best, but I can understand most of it.
Just about do it, yeah. I can just about get by with this sort of level of French.
La plus grande aventure.
Yes. Which is never to be. That's never. Which is never to be dessiné, forgotten. I don't know. There we go.
Drawn. Dessiné would be drawn, or
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the greatest adventure ever to be drawn. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So that's I like Asterix. So my next book is this is a very famous artist, and this is just a copy from Portugal. So this is Spirit.
Oh, Will Eisner. Oh,
Will Eisner. Yeah.
Oh,
so this is Will Eisner from Portugal. A variant, I guess.
Yeah. Is that a local artist who's done that?
No, this is Will Eisner.
Is Will Eisner himself? Is it? Okay.
So a lot of the ones, these were from Warren. A lot of the time, what they would do is it was sort of a collaboration between Will Eisner and William Dubé.
Okay.
But this is Will Eisner. And you got the Portuguese on the back.
Right.
My Portuguese isn't the greatest. I do not speak Portuguese at all.
Mine is non-existent.
Yes, this is Spirit number 1 or number 6. Sadly, though, somebody had colored in the Spirit part at the top. This is my Spirit. Actually, I think I have 2 copies of this. I have multiple copies of this issue because I have the complete run from Portugal. But this is from 1977.
Nice. So, I like Will Eisner.
Yeah, Will Eisner's awesome.
Right. So one of the things that I do when I go traveling into Europe, which I'm currently doing, I know I'm here, but I'm really not here. So is I like to go into antique shops in overseas in the hope that I find some old comics. This has not happened so far. I did go into one in France and found this book, which was
nice.
Now this is Bico, and Bico is a comic character from France from 1930s.
Oh, interesting.
This is sort
I
of
never heard of the character, so
I've never heard of her either, but I'm
you're kind of out of focus for
yeah,
some reason.
there we
Yeah,
go.
there we go. Yep.
Sort of 1930s stuff. Um, there's
Cool.
Biko is this sort of little girl who's very precocious and
Hmm.
lots of scrapes and adventures and stuff like that. But she's also got a very glamorous sort of assistant here, that you can see on the cover. Um,
So is she like is she wealthy and yet,
yeah, it's a bit. I think she comes from a well-to-do family, but she's a bit of a sort of tomboy, you know.
yeah, wants to do her own thing.
Yeah, she gets into all sorts of scrapes, and she's got a group of friends. But I thought it was really interesting because I am interested in comic history, and I hadn't picked up this is one of the very early French comic characters called B.
Hmm.
And this is
Cool.
a fine volume. Martin Branner. Doesn't sound very French, does he? But he is.
No, it doesn't actually.
Oh, well, Martin Branner might be the guy who's put together the compilation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, oh no, Martin Branner is the original guy who did the drawings. Yeah, did the cartoons. So yeah, interesting. And that was something I think I got that for about €5, and I just thought that's an interesting addition to my foreign comics collection.
Cool. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to finish off by showing three books.
Okay.
Just to give you a little bit more variety of some foreign editions of Warren stuff. We got this is the Swedish version of Blazing Combat, which was featured the artwork of Frank Frazetta.
Nice.
So that's the Frank Frazetta cover, and they called it Napalm. I thought that was actually a really interesting title that they used in Sweden. So yeah, this is Napalm #1.
Oh, did you get that when you visited Sweden?
Believe it or not, I actually got it before. I got it before I went to Sweden, which is interesting. And then this is another one of those Turkish ones. This is Turkish Vampirella. Just a nice Turkish one. And I believe this is I forget where this is from. I know it's maybe Italian. I'm not sure. Petrick, Dr. Tetrick. This is equivalent to Creepy. I'm going to guess that it's Italian. It looks almost Spanish. On este numero. Is that Spanish? Ano numero.
Spanish, I think.
That sounds like Spanish.
Yeah.
But I don't think this is Spanish because I have the whole Spanish.
Portuguese?
I don't know. I'm not sure. But this maybe it's Portuguese. It actually has the style of the Portuguese one. So maybe it's Portuguese. But yeah, but they would have these really great photo backs.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Like one of the things that Forrest J. Ackerman, who was one of the creators for Warren, would do is he had this massive collection of all the stills from movies, and he would use those a lot of the time in the magazines. So when they produced these foreign ones, they would use a lot of his stills.
Right.
But a lot of these weren't used in the American editions. And these covers, these Dr. Tetrick ones, are a little bit special because they would feature covers that were unique to wherever they were from. I don't know where they were from, but I think Portugal. But I thought this was kind of a cool skeleton cover. So yeah, that's that one.
Right. So when I was trawling around the French comic stores, one of the things I was delighted to find was Gru.
Oh, nice.
Gru in French.
Gru in French.
So this is Voici venir Gru, la barbare le plus destructeur et le plus crétin de l'histoire de l'humanité. So here comes Gru, the barbarian, the most destructive barbarian and the most stupid in the history of humanity.
Yeah, nice. Awesome.
Yeah, this one's about Xavier Have-vous Referto? Have you seen Referto? So got Referto appearing here. So I picked a couple of these up of Gru, because I collect Gru. So Gru in French again, and I can test my French understanding by trying to understand what Referto.
what they're saying. At least it's fairly simple French. You know, it's like very short.
Exactly. You know, I can make a stab at things like that, and then occasionally I have to look stuff up. But yeah, so really pleased to have found some Gru in France. So I'm going to Italy, so I'm going to try and pick up some Italian.
Get some Italian stuff. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. So there we go. That's it. That's your lot. That's all we've got for you today. We'll be back next week. I may be back from traveling. I may not. Who knows? But anyway, that's your lot. See you again soon.
Bye.